Coaches, where we had to end our live stream a few minutes ago and come back in it. I hear a lot of other streamers talk about um, streams being interrupted sometime, but we're gonna be all right. Let's get back to it, man. We're gonna talk about the SEC. We going into the SEC. Georgia, Alabama. Kirby's 1-7 versus Alabama, taking over as the head coach at UGA. Kirby never beat Alabama in the SEC championship game. Kirby is 0-2 against Kalen DeBoer in the regular season. Never played him in the SEC championship game. However, we have lost 4 straight to Alabama, to Nick Saban. If I look at this game here, my heart is telling me to go Bama. Bama gonna beat us again. My wallet is telling me Bama gonna beat us again. There's no clear indication of Georgia winning this particular game, and it's frustrating being a Georgia fan and I talk so much ish to the Alabama Crimson Tide, Roll Tide fans to at the end of the game looking like we get egg on our face. So Kirby have to start winning these games. He got to start winning these games here. Other than that, man, I don't know. I don't have no faith in Kirby. It ain't like we're going to get rid of him. But, damn, I'm tired of losing this particular game to this particular team. And right now we got a small favorite of 2.5. That's less than field goal. So we gonna cover. We should cover that spread by field goal. But hell, who knows with this particular game? It can be a 20-21 game in Bama freaking favor. You know what I mean? I'm just at the end of the day tired of losing, man. So King Dave, you want to take over? You want to break this one down, break this analysis down? And what do Georgia have to do to get past this hump and this hurdle of losing these SEC championships?
Well, I believe Georgia's going to win this one. I spoke about it on a previous show. So I believe we're going to win this one. But Georgia has to be Georgia. We normally, when we play Alabama, we come out and we look like we don't know what we're doing. We look like we haven't practiced, or look like the game plan is flawed, and look like all kind of stuff that just go wrong when we play this team. So Georgia just has to be Georgia. They have to do what they do best: run the ball, you use Stockton legs when it's there, make easy throws, get Brett involved, get your big guy Noah Thomas involved, and just be yourself. You are Georgia is the better team, no doubt. When you look at the roster, when you look at the coach, even though Kirby, like I said, hadn't beat DeBoer, Kirby, I believe, still is the better coach. Just overall, uh, coaching record and the things he'd done in his career. So I believe Kirby's the better coach. So I believe you got a better roster, better coach. So you just got to be yourself and not try to do too much. Just go out there and do what you has been doing against your teams like your Texas and Tennessees and all that. Just and you'll be fine. Don't get in your head about this game if you're Kirby Smart, which seems like he seems to do at times.
Yes. Like we played these guys. Now Kirby, his record is he never lost to the same team twice in a calendar year in the same season. He prided himself on that. He talked about that earlier. He never lost to the same team twice. Even though he also, and a lot of people saying it's hard to beat a team twice, you know what I mean? But hell, we didn't beat Texas. We beat Texas twice last year. So, and I'm looking at that like with our long-standing record, I think we'd beat Tennessee 9 times in a row. We'd beat Florida the last 8 out of 9 times. We didn't beat Texas the last 3 times. We have beaten we got another team that we had got a long
Kentucky. We beat Kentucky quite a bit. Yeah.
We beat Kentucky quite a bit. So, and now Alabama has beat us quite a bit, and that's the disturbing part about this. Even though I'm still gonna be Georgia. I ain't finna jump out the bandwagon. I ain't finna not be a fan. You know what I mean? I ain't finna panic because I still believe in Kirby. But at this point, I do think if he can't get past Alabama, no matter what we say, no matter how great a coach Kirby is, this do stains him a little bit, stain his record.
Yeah, it does. The one thing scared me, which I have been hearing, is Georgia's gonna get in regardless with the loss. I kind of been hearing that, which that scares me a little bit because I spoke about the last show that this one matters. I don't know if Georgia get in with a loss, so hopefully they're not banking on that. But a lot of analysts and sports personalities believe that even with a loss, which I can see why they think that because we're probably the best two-loss team, but I just don't know. We'd have been robbed before like that, so I hope that's not the mindset that we in regardless.
Yeah, because 2 seasons ago
Right.
we was robbed. You know what I mean? I'm getting a little feedback, a little static again, so hopefully it don't interrupt the stream too much. Um, yeah, because we would have got in the year Michigan won. They kept saying we want Georgia. You was gonna get a angry Georgia, and we got robbed on that one, that particular season. So, but I keep hearing with Alabama, if we beat Bama, which I'm with you. I'm leaning toward Georgia winning this particular uh, game here too. With 3 losses, how can Bama make a statement or make a argument that they still should be in the playoff? I know they played an extra game, so that's possibly where their third loss would come to. But how can the committee keep them in with 3 losses if you ain't gonna let Texas in when we got other teams that have 2 losses like Vandy?
Yeah, it'll be tough to keep him in, but I think Bama argument would be that we lost to two of top five or maybe top three at this point because they lost to who they lost to? They lost to Georgia and not Georgia. They would have lost to Georgia and who else they lost to? Who they
Who?
lost to the top
Vandy?
team. Bet no, Bama didn't lose to Vandy this year.
No,
Who
no,
else they
no,
lost to?
no. Alabama lost to, when they lost to Florida State and they lost to Oklahoma.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess the argument be Oklahoma is one of the top teams and Georgia top team. Be probably argument we lost to two of the best teams.
Mhm.
How they try to say they 3 losses. Yeah, it'll be tough. Like I say, I don't see a 3 loss team get in this year. Maybe once we move to 16 teams, possibly, yes. But it'll be tough to get them in, to be honest. In my opinion. Like you say, over some of the other 2 loss teams.
Yeah, but then the committee has said that they won't punish. It will be tough, and I'm with you on that. And I think 3 losses, no 3 loss team should get in, whether you're in the championship or not. But the committee said they won't punish a team for losing the championship. At least that's what they say. Who knows what will happen?
Okay, but now let's look at that. Look at all of the championships then. So if you're not punched, that means Big 12, both teams gonna get in.
That's true. The loser out.
Right. So if you're not gonna punch the
The
team for losing,
ACC, the losers out in the
right.
ACC.
So you can't say that if the rest of them ain't benefit, the rest of the conference is not gonna benefit in that same manner.
No, you got a great valid point there. Great valid point. So we'll see. Committee always say one thing and they tend to do another. So we will see. But there are other teams that I feel that that have 3 loss seasons. Then here come Texas. Here come even though Texas could say, well, we lost to now that Florida loss will hurt Texas. You know what I mean? That was a bad loss. But hell, Florida State should hurt Alabama too.
Yeah.
But Florida is in the SEC.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what can hurt. That's what can hurt
Yeah,
them.
it's a
You know what I mean?
conference. Yeah, it's a conference game. Yeah.
It's a conference game. So I don't know, man. But coming back to this Georgia Alabama game this Saturday here, like I say, my heart is with the dogs, but common sense tell me bet on Bama. Um, and the reason be, and I'm a big believer. Even a blind squirrel find a nut every now and again. It's time for Kirby to win this game, but not only win this game, be the best coach in the SEC. I really believe this time it's time to dominate. I'm not saying that Georgia is that much better than Alabama, but I do believe Georgia is a better team than Alabama. Do Bama got better players in better positions? Of course. But overall, as a unit, overall as a coaching staff, I'm not down in Ryan Grubbs. I'm not down in Caleb DeBoer because like somebody put up the thing on our TikTok. Well, Caleb Boyd hadn't lost. He's 9-0 versus Lane Kiffin, Kirby Smart, Dan Lanning, and Stark. He hadn't lost to none of them. I'm like, yeah, damn, can't argue with that. He haven't. Yeah. So Caleb DeBoer came in and did his thing. But I do think that's a contribute to Nick Saban still having on Alabama's payroll too. People can say that Nick don't have nothing to do with that program. That's just like Rich McKay don't have nothing to do with the Falcons. That's bull job. That bull job. That Nick still got a hand in that program. You know what I mean? Caleb might be the face right now, but Nick is the shadow government. I'm just saying, bro. Because we can't get past it. So with that said, man, do you think Georgia gonna pull this one out right here? Do you think it's gonna be close? Do you think it's gonna be a slugfest, or do you think it's gonna come down to 3 hours of biting down nails, hands and feet, biting down nails?
I believe it was going to be close. I believe we made predictions before. I think it's going to be pretty close. I think we'll cover if it's a 2.5 point spread. I think we'll cover that. Like I said, that's a field goal. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it'll be less than a touchdown.
And I can see that, and that's the problem. I'm just ready to dominate somebody. We dominate Texas. We dominate Texas in the fourth quarter. We dominated Mississippi pretty much the second half. I just want to come out and have a convincing win, like the Georgia of old. I know the NIL has ruined that, but I just want to beat Bama like 45-6. I want to be able to drink my five. I just want to beat. I just want to beat the trunk off these hoes.
You want to start the party in the second half. You want Pulaski to get some play time. Huh?
You know what I mean? I want to just start the party, bro. Where I'm up here mingling with my guests, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, bro. I don't want to be out here walking around and wondering if we're gonna lose, bro. You know, I'm tired of that, bro. I get enough of that on Sunday with these sorry-ass Falcons, bro. I get enough of that. So I just want to beat these boys like 45-6, bro. You know what I mean? Watch them have all kind of Bama fans in the comments in the morning. That's fine. You know what I mean? But damn, that's what I would like. If I had a prediction, I had a magic one, that's what I'd do. Stop them through 500 yards. Every time you throw that hole up, it go to the touchdown.
Bama don't even score, huh? They got skunked. Back in the day, you got skunked.
Exactly. That's exactly what I would want to see. But you know, but we gonna see, man. In our predictions, like I say, we picked Virginia over Duke. We picked Texas Tech over BYU. Even I think that's closer. I picked Ohio State over Indiana, and I got to ride with the dogs, man. Even though my common sense say, hey, man. Yeah, Bama, but my heart is saying the dogs my dog's barking this weekend.
Yeah, I can see it with I reckon against them. A lot of people that'll be a smart bet. Don't really beat it off. So I can see that as the smart bet. But I think we're gonna get it done this one.
And I think this team has matured since the fourth week of the season. When Bama jumped on us, They came out, there was 14-0. The defense was young. They're still young, but they got more game experience now. And they just demolished us. You know what I mean? They scored 24 points in the fourth. Gunnar Stockton was still pretty young. I think that was only his fifth game starting at that particular point because he had to come in the SEC championship last year. So and then he played, he started versus Notre Dame, and then this was his fourth game. So I think now we're gonna having pretty much a whole season under his belt. The defense got a season under their belt. They're looking a lot better. Ellis Robertson looked like he could take your number one receiver out of the game. He's looking like that number one corner that's about to be great. So I'm leaning on that dog defense. If Gunner don't turn the ball over, and that's what Bama thrives on, getting turnovers like they did with the Auburn game last week. I was pulling for freaking Auburn, and they found every way they possibly could to give Bama the game on a silver platter. Every time you look around, they either throwing the interception or fumbling, or dropping passes. I'm like, damn, you trying to get it. You ain't even trying to win this game. So, and weird stuff happened when we play Bama for some reason. A fumble like Nate Frazier fumbled down there at the goal line on the 10 to give Bama an easy walk-in touch. Weird stuff always tend to happen. So that's why I'm a little leery about this, but I am going to ride and down my dogs again.
Yeah, like I said, understandably so. I get it. I do get it. You're right. Weird stuff seems to happen in this game. And when them two teams meet, when Georgia and Bama meet. So I get it. I definitely get it. But hopefully this time is different. Hopefully, like I say, Georgia just got to be Georgia. Georgia got to play smart, play their game. Hopefully Drew Bobo. Well, I guess Drew Bobo ain't back, so I guess
He's out.
yeah. Hopefully they got a game plan ahead this week. The game plan and get who they're going to get in there and scheme around that. So Alabama front is pretty solid. They pretty damn good. So we have to make scheme around a new center with handoff. So that can be a problem as well. Hiking the ball to Stockton. So hopefully they got the timing down and everything down when it comes to that.
Yeah, hopefully, man, and we definitely gonna see. And but man, like we said, man, we not gonna. We're just gonna sit here and wait on Saturday, man, and hopefully all our predictions come out. And but let me ask you this before we go, because it's rumor, it's just a rumor, because it's social media gossip that Texas A&M didn't even want to play an SEC championship game because they was already in regardless. So they didn't even want to even play an extra game on their body. So do you think they didn't really care? Because Buddy came out and threw two back-to-back interceptions. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that looked like we discussed on the last show. That's what it looked like to me. That they knew they was in, so they didn't care. And we're saying the same thing about Georgia. Like, we don't want to play in the SEC championship game. We don't need to. Why would we want to play in it? So yeah, I seen that with Texas A&M. Like let's go into the playoff and play whoever matchup that is in the first round.
Mm-hmm. And if they did that on purpose, I hope they match up with well, I hope hopefully we beat Bama and get a bye and heal up, let Drew Bobo come back. Because right now we seen how the second half of the Georgia Tech game was when Bobo wasn't in there. So hopefully he heal up, come back, and go from there. And then whoever Texas A&M match up with, they pretty damn physical, bro. If with them, if you scared to play, I'm with Kirby. If you scared to play in these games, I didn't want to play in these games because we wouldn't even in the tap. Then these hoes go off and lose. So they put us in there, and then Bama. Then Auburn give Bama the game on the platter, so Georgia's back in there when we could have just had at least a first round bye or something. So now we got to play in this game. So I hope we come out, dominate. That's what I'm saying. I hope we dominate. Hope right now going forward, we put 45 points on every team we play up into the national championship, bro. I just want to coast through this whole rest of the damn national championship, man. And beat these jive turkeys.
Back in the 70s.
70s, cuz. With that said, man, I'm Avery. That's King David. You got any last comments, King David?
No, I'm looking forward to this weekend. Some good college football, and like always, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.